Hi everybody and welcome to Life by a Thousand Cuts, a podcast series about skin cancer surgery. I am your host, Associate Professor Tony Dicker, and in each episode we'll share practical insights to support your skin cancer surgical practice, from clinical tips and case studies to journal reviews and interviews with skin cancer colleagues. Today, just a quick little episode and very much a visual one on rhomboids, rhomboid closure as a type of flap. So let's get into it. Okay, so there's sort of two types of rhomboid closures, the traditional diamond-shaped rhomboid and then the modified rhomboid where you're putting a square peg into a round hole. So most tumours don't grow in a diamond shape, but a traditional rhomboid really requires this diamond shape to be cut out. So we are taking excess skin beyond what we need. So how does that one work? Well, basically, each of these lengths on the sides of the diamond are the same length, and our wider angle is 120 degrees, while our narrow angle is 60 degrees. And then in designing the flap beside it, having cut out that diamond shape, we'll have the same length passing straight through the middle of the tumour, so it's running directly away from the 120 degree angle. And that line would, if you extended it, would pass through the tumour or through the middle of the tumour. And then the second part, that line is running parallel to the tumour. So that little diamond-shaped thing created on the right, once we've cut the tumour out in that diamond shape, that other piece of tissue would fall into that hole to close it. Now, in contrast, on the right-hand side with a tumour, which is a circle shape, if we had a line which is somewhere between the radius and the diameter of the circle, so here we're about 60 to 70% of the diameter, and if we then move that line out to the side, but it's still passing directly through the centre of the tumour, and from there we then have a rotation of 60 degrees, and that's how we design our flap for a modified rhomboid. So let's have a look at that in a more practical sense. So here's a tumour on the cheek, which may close primarily. So first of all, of course, we mark out our borders of the tumour, and then we add our relevant clinical margin around it. And from there, we look at our natural lines. So here on that border between the cheek and the lip, we have a natural line to consider. But the actual skin tension lines are a little bit more horizontal than that compared to that line on the side there. And we want to use those lines if we were closing an ellipse. So based on that, if we looked at the centre of the tumour and drew a line out in the same direction as our natural skin tension lines, and then extended that further by the same distance, so a radius away from the centre of the tumour, or from the edge of the tumour. What we then do is we draw what would be 1/2 of our ellipse. And if we're doing it where the furthest point is a radius distance away from the edge, that effectively creates a 60 degree angle there. Now, if we tried to then move that skin into the defect, it won't work. What we have to do is we take that triangle and we move it off to the side. And now that lower arm is running directly through the center of the tumor. But when we close this donor tissue is going to have its scar running in the same direction as our relaxed skin tension lines. So from here, we'd need to take the tumor out. So we remove our defect, and that'll create the three sides. We're going to be cutting our donor tissue off there to the right. And then as we would move this flap across, what we'll be moving is a piece of tissue like that. And now we have our donor site joined side to side, and that line is running in the direction of the natural skin tension lines. Hope that makes sense to you. I might just run it backwards from there and running it forwards once more. You can see roughly how that tissue is going to move into place. Hope you find that useful. That's all I was looking at showing you today. Yes, a very visual podcast rather than audio. And hopefully this has still picked up something practical for use in your clinical work. Now, a big shout out to HealthCert for all their help in production and distribution of this episode. They do a lot of good things in skin cancer education space, including helping get this podcast out to you. If you're looking for other skin cancer education, then it's worth looking them up. Thanks for listening and for watching, and I'll see you next time on Life by 1,000 Cuts.